Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at some gameplay on how to beat Northern Expeditions Glowing Hearts Quest Canadian level. And we're going to be taking in, let's see, Nick Fury, Iron Man, Infinity War, and we're going to be taking in Void into this quest. We're going to take a look at this new quest that opened up today and see exactly what is available here. We see a lot of shards available, different parts, and we are going to see, this is the first time I'm actually looking at this quest, and we do have, like I said, Captain America, not Captain America, sorry, we have Iron Man, and on this part here, if you were to choose this part, is likely to use SP3, with increased power gains. This part here would be, let's see, we're trying to figure out and check out these parts so we know what to bring into the future. This one inflicts bleed and also poison. So we will need a poison and a bleed immune champion for these parts. So far we're looking at toxicity. So Toxicant, which is poison for those parts. We want to bring in a poison immune champion, maybe a Hyperion, Medusa, someone like that for those parts. But it's also got to be bleed immune. So both bleed immune and poison immune. So I'm thinking maybe who is good with those, with both those immunities. A robot would be pretty good for those immunities. Omega Red would be fantastic because if they inflict bleed, that would put a lot more death spores on them. And this defender has a 50% chance to inflict poison on that part. So it seems to be this whole level this week is about poison immunity and bleed immunity. Let's see if there's a path where I could actually take in the champions that I actually brought into this one. Again, this part again is all about poison. So while we look at that, I have Void, which is what we used for the last map last week to take out that champion that you needed 3 buffs on. You needed to have 3 buffs on them before you started doing damage. So Void was very good with that, and Iron Man was Infinity War was very good for that quest as well. So I just left them what I had last week to start off this part, and I see this defender is less likely to use 1 or 2. They have increased power gain, and they would most likely use 3. So I'm thinking this is the part that I want to take because I do want to have those that 125 6-star shards here, and I think we're gonna go down and take out this bishop next. So I'm thinking we're gonna be heading over to that left side of the map, and all we have to do is make sure we take them out before they hit that SB3. And I'm thinking the guy for that job is going to be Nick Fury to just lay some bleeds on them. And then we could switch out the champions later in the week when I'm taking on the other parts with a bleed and poison immune champion. So I'm thinking a lot of these parts is not just a bleed or a poison immune separately. You'd need to have a bleed and poison immune champion. So maybe someone, like I said, Omega Red or a robot, if you have Ultron or someone that is capable to withstand both of those immunities, that would be fantastic for that path. I'm not going to use any of these champions that I have here right now. Someone that is also going to be good, let's just take this part in and start off this first fight using Iron Man Infinity War to break down this armor and get rid of this Howard Duck. Seems to be a pretty easy fight. This is a 5-star awakened Iron Man Infinity War. rank 4, so we still have to take him up to rank 5. But as you can see, he is going to do a lot of shock damage. When I fire up that SP1, we got the armor break and shock going here. There you go, and it is unblockable, so that shock should do some damage over time. And we're just gonna play it safe and hold that block. There you go. Keep our distance. Fire up the heavy, get that armor break going a bit. Fire up the SP1, which is unblockable. Keep that shock going. And so far we just rinse and repeat that technique, and we finish off Howard the Duck soon enough. So, who else are we going to bring into this gameplay? Boom. Oh, you know who might be good for the gameplay as well? Someone that could take some damage and heal at the same time, which would be, let's take the path to the left here. Yep, let's take on the left side. I want to take that 125, so we're going to go left and we're going to go into X. There you go, Wolverine X23. I'll take her out next. And we're going to use, she's got 5,000, just to find her less likely to use 1, 2. So if we use Nick Fury for her, we could probably use Iron Man because he's going to handle the bleeds a bit. He's not too bad with handed and bleeds. Karnak would be able to take care of the poison and the bleeds as well because he shakes it off and gets rid of those debuffs pretty fast. Karnak might be a very good champ with Medusa, who is poison immune, but she's not bleed immune. And here we go. And we could use one of those mutant champions that is already might be bleed immune and poison immune as well. But Iron Man, we're gonna take fire of that SP1. The shock is going to negate her healing power right now, which is good. We are going to get it to SP3. They say it's less likely to use 1 and 2, so it's going to be hard to bait out her SP1s and 2. So we just holding back here, firing off the shock damage and trying to stay back as much as possible. Little contact to give her power gain, and that's it. She's in the bin. We didn't push her to SP3. We tried to do damage over time. Champions would be good for this part that we're on right now. We're going to collect that 125 6-star shards. And we are going to move on. And we are going to head up. Oh, and here is what we didn't want to happen. We did not want to run into this Sasquatch. But again, 5,000 armor rating. And he is a pain in the butt. And these champions, you really need to... seeing right away, I'm going to have to use some revives for him because no one here is really equipped to handle him. Void is probably our best bet for him. Damage over time. I'm going to try to stay away, but he has some really unusual moves that he catches you with if you push him to SP2, and I'm going to have to push him to that anyway. At some point, I could stay away and make this fight last forever, but we don't want this video to go on and on, so we're just going to push him as far as we can, use up all the lives, and revise if we need to get him down and move on to the next fights, which are much easier than this fight. So this is definitely the most difficult fight on this part, or any part, I would say. The regular gameplay is pretty simple once you bring the right champ to handle the buffs that the path is going to have. And as we know, once we finish with this part, the other parts are going to have those poison and bleed champions you're going to have to bring into the gameplay. But we're going to have Fear the Void kicking in here now, which should be doing some good damage over time. Bring him down carefully. This is a 5-star awakened void that is rank 4. I am thinking about him being the next champion we take to rank 5. But I have quite a few choices to go with to rank 5. He may not be the champion to take to rank 5 because he pretty much does what he could do. He'll only do it better at rank 5, but at rank 4 he pretty much does the job. Iron Man Infinity War, this might be the guy I take to rank 5 just to place in Alliance War defense, because he is a pain in the butt once he's awakened, and this one is awakened for that auto block and killing off attackers. So that might be an option, but we have quite a few more champs in the roster to go to rank 5, and I'll make that decision at that time. We just need to get some more rank up material, but that is going to come in time. And these quests this month and a few months ago are really the best quest for ranking up your champions and taking parts with absolutely no energy and gathering the material you need. I don't see the point in waiting 1 week to start the next quest. We should be able to do it as fast as possible on our own time, but we do have to wait week in, week out to get these other new quest parts open to us. But we are getting quite a few rank up materials on these quests, so we just have to come in with the right champion. So we're using Nick Fury here now. We're going to try to parry and fire off the heavy to put that bleed on, stack that bleed. You have to be careful with that heavy attack and the SP1s. There you go. Again, it just catches you off guard. I'm gonna try to fire off this SP2 here. Here we go. We're gonna just try to block this off, which might be the best way to get rid of this guy. But he is just relentless, man, and it's hard to hold that block when he just puts you in a stun mode. So we're gonna use a revive here. We have a couple revives here to use. We're gonna try to use it up. It's gonna take quite a few revives to just get this guy out of the picture. But we should get it done, and we'll get it done. So there's one. And we're just gonna use up a couple of these revives. Maybe I should go all in, but maybe we could get him down. We might get lucky. Let's see. Let's go with this. See what we have. So this guy is just pretty. I don't know a better way to get him down than just use somebody with damage over time. He does have some crazy healing factors as well, which is something to look at. And of course, you got to bring in champs, maybe a Sans champ just to deal with Sasquatch, and use 2 other champions to deal with the actual parts you have to clear. So bleed immune and poison immune champs is what we have to look at, whatever roster you have, and take them into the gameplay. Because you take in any other champion, that bleed and poison is going to wreck you within seconds. So you must have a bleed and a poison immune champ to get rid of those. Or maybe Ghost, which could you could go into dash back and get rid of the buffs on her. She might be a good champ for this as well. But again, with Ghost, one mistake and you're out of the gameplay anyway. So I would just go with a bleed or poison immune champ. Emma Frost might be one of the better champs to go as well. She has a lot of immunities. I'm thinking poison is one of her immunities as well. I know she's bleed immune. She might be poison immune. I'll have to check into that. I totally forgot if she is poison immune. But we know Hyperion is poison immune, but not bleed immune. So maybe an Ultron or something is going to be perfect, or somebody like a Vision is going to be fantastic for this gameplay and these spots. If you have a Vision That is going to be good because he's going to be poison and bleed immune. And he's going to be able to wreak havoc and control some of the power that these champions are going to have. So I'm going to say that Vision is probably the best champion for this week's quest for most of the parts that have bleed and poison champions, or nodes, I should say. All right, he's finally out of here. We're going to collect this extra 125 6-star shards. We're going to move right along. And we are going into the final fight, and let's see who it is. I did not look at it before, and it is going to be Squirrel Girl. So this is interesting. Let's see what buffs she got on the node. She has 5,000 armor rating, and everything else seems to be pretty simple. So let's just try taking her down with Nick. We're gonna fire it off, and we're gonna break down with each hit that armor. We're gonna stack that bleed. She's on internal bleed right now. I just gotta be careful so that we don't get hit by anything because we are going to die. We are at only 9% right now. Boom. Gonna hold that block. We took some damage. Fire up the SP. Nope. Fired the heavy off, sorry, and I ran right into her, which was not good, but we are going to do a revive and we are going to finish off this gameplay. And well, I'm not gonna do a team one, I'm just gonna do a quick Nick Fury revive here and take care of Squirrel Girl really quick. Let's just get enough health so that we could finish off this gameplay. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you got some tips. You see what the map looks like, and you got some ideas on which champions to use. If you liked the video, thank you very much, and I hope you subscribe to the channel. And if you have any tips on the gameplay, please feel free to leave comments to help the other viewers and members on the channel. And work less, play more, enjoy life as usual. And there you go. Squirrel Girl is in the bin, and we have finished off this part of the quest. One part, at least the first part on this week's quest. We still have several more parts to complete and gather those shards and freebies this week for completing the quest. Definitely going to be bringing in Vision. And there you have it, guys. 1, 2, 3. See you next week.